It should be starting soon.
There, yeah, it's live. Oh, it's live.
Yay. Okay. Welcome to the joy of being the real you. This show is where you can eavesdrop into real conversation and our private thoughts. This will leave you feeling understood, capable, and inspired. I am your host, Joy Yamamoto, and I'm thrilled to embark on this transformative journey with you.
Each episode will delve into authentic and vulnerable dialogues, inviting you to witness intimate moments and gain valuable insights from individuals who have embraced their true selves.
Whether you're seeking self-discovery, personal growth, or simply looking for a dose of inspiration, this podcast is designed to empower you to embrace your uniqueness and live a fulfilling life.
So, get ready to join us in celebrating the beauty of authenticity as we explore the depth of human experiences and provide a safe space for genuine self expression.
If you resonate with our mission, please subscribe to The Joy of Being the Real You on your preferred podcast platform. We would love to hear your thoughts, stories, and suggestions, and please do not hesitate to reach out to us through our website and social media channels.
So, without further ado, let's dive into today's episode of The Joy of Being the Real You.
How was that for you?
I'm just really excited to read it. And yeah, the energy, your energy is like the vibe. I'm just really happy that we've started it. I'm so happy.
Awesome. Okay, so do you want to change anything in the script because we're just saying it? Because you don't for me, you don't have to read it word for word if that's something where you're like, ooh, this I want to change this word. So we could re-record that first part if you want to, or if you want to just soak it all through, we just run through the whole process. What do you want to do?
I just want to know the pronunciation. Is it valuable or valuable?
I think it's valuable.
Valuable. Okay.
I think in the beginning, what I'm gonna say is the part where it says I'm your host. So I'm gonna say your hosts are Joy and Eunice or something. Or
yeah.
What do you think? Should it be I'm your host Joy, or your two hosts are Joy and Eunice? Oh my god, my eyes are itching.
Inviting. We're your host.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so let's see. Did it get updated or?
Oh, no. Let me share it to you. But it totally changed. Let me share it again. Ta-da.
Okay.
Ta-da-da-da. Let me see. Where did I put it?
Okay.
And where is it? Oh, the first one. What happened?
I think it's the same one. It's okay though.
Okay, cool. It changed. Let me refresh it. Refresh. Come on, ChatGPT. Let me copy it. And you can do this. That's still the same. Why? It's still the same. Sad. Let me just create. Let me create a document for that. It's okay. This is the first version. This one. Hold on. Let me First version. First version. Let's see. And you. Edit. Where's the page break again? View. Insert. Okay. Break. Okay. Second version. Okay. And this one. Oopsie. Okay, let me podcast intro. Let me share it to you. Joy. Let me copy the link. Share. And this one. Sorry about that.
No,
Okay,
you're
cool.
totally fine.
Oops, I caught a mosquito.
Did you get the mosquito?
Yeah. But it's still alive. Oh my goodness. I thought I caught it.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Okay, so you know what I was thinking is when I start and I'm gonna share the part where like we're your hosts, Joy and Eunice. Oh, never mind. So you're gonna say host. You're gonna be host 2, right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're hosting.
Cause then as well.
It changes. Let me see. Yeah. It's because there are 2 hosts.
Cause I was thinking is like.
This is the original one. Let me put the original OG.
Because when it's your turn, like when it's like, let's say like I started first, right? Then like you could be like, it's Eunice right now, or hey, this is Eunice, and then you like go into your, so they know that your voice is associated with Eunice, and then my voice is Joy.
Joy. Or when we're introducing like this is Joy, and I'll just suddenly jump in and Eunice, and then you're just.
So I mean, I think just for the introduction, maybe. What do you think? Should we like let that be personalized right there, or you want to just like read it like we're both reading it, and then when we're in our actual like podcast topic for like the first one, then it'd be like, hey Eunice, and so people would already know that it's Eunice.
Or your suggestion is your first suggestion is better. Like for the first, like in the intro, they already know who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted you to feel like comfortable and included. That you were like, hey, it's this is Eunice speaking, and you like go into what you were gonna say.
Cool. Yes, let me just put
okay.
it.
So you're putting in the new. Okay, so do I look at the second version one, or because this on the podcast on the Google Doc, it says first version and then it says second version.
Have you seen the OG version?
I don't know. It just says. Should I show you what it looks like? Let me show you.
Yes, please.
Slide or share screen. Okay, it shows this. It says first version.
Okay, cool.
And then on the bottom it says second version.
Oh, there's like the third. I've added the third.
There's a third?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
that's
okay.
like the original one.
This is the one, right?
Yeah. That's the one.
Okay, that makes more sense. Let me just put that. Okay. It is so, honestly, it's so different using a desktop right now. But the screen is so huge. The screen is like huge. It's like 24 inches. How big is your desktop?
I think this is 20 also. 2018. That's why when I'm sharing my screen, it looks so small to you, but mine it looks gigantic.
No, like the laptop is only like, I don't know, like 12 inch. I want to say like 12,
Yeah,
like 12 inches. So it's like, yeah,
so little, like a
yeah.
notebook.
It really is a notebook. Okay, so I'm gonna read the OG one, and then we'll just go straight into the spreadsheet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's just do this. I'm gonna take off share screen though,
Okay, cool.
just so that okay. All right, are you ready?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, should I put like this is Eunice and
Yeah, for yours it would be like this is unit. And I
Mhm.
think once after that everyone will know I mean your voice will be,
Mhm.
um okay.
Okay, cool.
Do I say is your last name Medrano?
Yes.
Medrano, right?
Medrano.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Medrano or Medrano?
It's like MED and then RA and no
So
Medran.
Medrano.
Yeah.
Medrano.
It sounds so
Oh,
cool when you're saying it.
what? I want to make sure I say
Exactly.
your name correctly. Oh, right now I can't speak Spanish. Because your last name it sounds Spanish.
Spanish.
Medrano.
Yes.
No. Medrano.
Yes, that's right. Medrano.
Medrano. Okay. Hopefully I say it correctly. Okay. All right, let's go.
Cool.
Welcome to the joy of being the real you. This show is where you can eavesdrop into real conversations and our private thoughts, leaving you feeling understood, capable, and inspired. We're your hosts, Joy Yamamoto and Eunice Medrano, and I'm thrilled to embark on this transformative journey with you.
Hi, this is Eunice, and each episode will delve into authentic and vulnerable dialogues, inviting you to witness intimate moments and gain valuable insights from individuals who have embraced their true selves.
Whether you're seeking self-discovery, personal growth, or simply looking for a dose of inspiration, this podcast is designed to empower you to embrace your uniqueness and live a fulfilling life.
So get ready to join us in celebrating the beauty of authenticity as we explore the depth of human experiences and provide a safe space for genuine self expression.
If you resonate with our mission, make sure to subscribe to The Joy of Being the Real You on your preferred podcast platform. We would love to hear your thoughts, stories, and suggestions. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us through our website or social media channels.
So without further ado, let's dive into today's episode of The Joy of Being the Real You. I'm so sorry, there's a lot of background sounds.
What happened?
Those are like my notes, my phone. I have
Did it drop?
Yes. I was like, oh.
It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Like this is literally like day one of like podcast 101, you know? Yeah.
Let's share
So-
this one.
Yeah. Like I think the first time when I did a podcast run with Amandalyn, we did the whole thing for a whole hour and she goes, I didn't record.
Oh my god.
So like this time around, I was like, I'm making sure I'm pressing the record button. Yeah.
So cool.
Okay, so then okay, so we're gonna be talking about how we first met each other.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Did you pick out like a song or soulful song or quote?
Oh, the quote. I've sent it to you on Instagram. It's like
Awesome.
everyone. Oh yeah. Let's just do it later.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Do I read the part where here, let me just show it to you. I wasn't for sure if like this is what you wanted me, if you wanted me to say this part or if you just wanted me to go straight into this is the topic. Sure.
Oh,
Can you
the
see it?
part where there's like definition, like on how it. Oh
Like
yeah,
this.
we plan to say it that one.
Like, did you want me to be like, "Hey, we're so glad you're like," we're just like, it's again like welcoming
Mhm.
them in. Hey, we're so glad you're here to eavesdrop into our conversations today, where
Mhm.
we hope that we can inspire you today.
Um,
Or did you want me to just go straight into this is our first episode. Would you, okay, you have to think of yourself as a user, like as a listener,
mhm.
like after you heard that intro, like you just listened to the intro, and then would you immediately be like, we're so glad we're, what I'm saying, like I'm trying to make it as natural as possible.
Oh, I think we should do that after the intro. We can say that. Oh, you can say that. We are glad and around like how we met, like this one, and that will inspire you to remember how like how beautiful it is to meet people, new people, yeah, and work with them. Yeah, that's it. Yes, that's
Okay.
happy.
All
Mhm.
right. So, at this point from on, obviously this is just going to be like in flow state.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. Oh, cool, cool.
So let's just have fun. This is a good
Okay.
template, but I know
Mhm.
that like I'm gonna do the introduction,
Mhm, mhm,
talking
mhm.
about conversations and
Yeah.
connections, um, and then invite you in, and then
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think so. I think we're like a little overthinking it, and we don't mean to.
Totally. Yes.
Yeah, and
And
it's
it's
okay because I
okay.
think because we're like this new platform and everything. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. Welcome. This is our first episode of how Eunice and I met, and the real part of this episode is really about explaining about how you can meet people that you never thought you could really connect with and have such genuine and deep conversations. So this is just us inviting you in of how we originally met, and just some of like the amazing qualities of friendships that you want in people, as well as ways that you can grow in your vulnerability with the types of friends you already have. So I welcome Eunice into our episode.
And I'm in. That's so great. Yay! Thanks for having me.
I love it. So Eunice, I love connection card decks, and the connection card deck is basically, it's a card deck that has questions on it. And I know that when we originally met, I didn't ask you like the usual questions, like how old are you, like where do you live? So today's connection card deck says, the question is, what puts me in a good mood immediately? So if you wanted to answer that question, so that the audience can get to know you, you're more than welcome.
Like a good like quote or music will like set me up on like a mood. If like from the moment that I wake up, if like I hear like the birds are I love nature sounds. So if I hear like birds chirping or there's like crickets, even crickets, like they're just singing, it's like just, oh, it's so peaceful. So it
It's
like
very
puts me in a
peaceful.
good mood. Or it's not actually a sound or like a quote, it's a feeling when I see like I'm sleeping or my daughter is like peacefully sleeping. So that actually puts me in a good.
Oh my God, those are like definitely like underrated. I think like when I wake up, I hear the birds chirping, and they remind me of like they're so excited for the morning. And then obviously because you're such your mother, like you just like bond and connect, and you like love your daughter so much.
How about you? Yeah. What puts you in a good mood?
So yes, like what I told you, like I love hearing the birds chirp in the morning when I first wake up in the morning. But it instantly, what puts me in a good mood, I would say definitely music.
Yeah.
So I definitely I listen to like instrumental EDM in the morning. And then I would say the second thing would be a massage.
Oh,
Like
I would.
yeah, like a self massage, I would say like that helps me just feel super relaxed and like energized again.
Ah, that's so cool. Um, oh, and with that, I would love to like, how are we going to jump onto
Oh,
it?
I think the best thing is
Mhm,
um just like how we're having this conversation, just you're like, oh, I
mhm,
saw something on Instagram today and like
mhm.
today's quote of the day or
Oh
like
yeah.
today,
Go,
yeah.
go, 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 go. Yeah, and I remember like scrolling through my feed. I know they said that I shouldn't use my phone first time I wake up in the morning, but this one is the reason why I'm doing this. Not that I'm justifying, is I'm on my Instagram that's full of like I'm following a lot or tons of like positive quotes, and
Mhm.
I'm now that I do have in here, I have the Danco at that Danco, so you should follow him too. So they said everyone wants the quick fix, but nobody realizes the quickest fix is the longest path. So usually we're just focused on the result, and we don't know that we're not looking at like the progresses that we're doing like every day. And it's just like us how we're like creating this podcast, and
Mhm.
you like creating just like a sold out movement. I'm just really grateful that I've messaged you like thank you for not giving up on sold out, because you've been
Mm.
like dreaming that for a very long time. And I'm just grateful that I was able to embark in this new chapter with you. That, yeah, we're starting this one. And yes, we have progress. So, yeah, I'm just thankful.
Thank you for sharing that quote. And
Hmm.
like, it's like sometimes I think quotes can be
Hmm.
like so powerful at like the exact time, but I also believe
Hmm.
quotes also are like truths. They don't have to
Hmm.
just be like, oh, that was cute and that was cliche or that
Hmm.
was cute and like move on with your life. But if you really read someone's words, like the messages, you can
Hmm.
take a moment and be like, how can I apply this into my life right now? Or how can I
Yes.
examine myself in an honest way without being super judgmental? And so for you to, you know, whenever you do share your quotes with me, like, you know, through text message or through Instagram, it's
Hmm.
exactly like the right time when I needed to hear it. And I think that's a part of like having such a deep supportive like friendship and like working
Hmm.
relationship is that
Hmm.
you support me in the ways without, you know, you take initiative one,
Hmm.
and two, you share something that like it's going to add value, it's going to be uplifting, it's going to keep me
Hmm.
accountable. And so exactly, I really believe same thing. Like sometimes we just want the quick fix, but
Hmm.
like the process is, you know, process of maturity, process of understanding yourself, process through, you know, building this podcast and like building Sold Out and like explaining to, you know, people who have been wondering like what have you guys been up to. And so we're inviting, you know, we're inviting the audience into understanding like, you know, our movement. We're helping them understand the work ethic and the decision making that requires to, you know, what we've been
Hmm.
building. And it's been self-fulfilling, and at the same time it's
Yeah.
been very challenging, but I think it's what makes it worthwhile.
Hmm. And people usually just like look at the results, like, oh, they're so successful. They're like doing this podcast. It's a huge thing, but they don't know how much like preparation we've done before we reached
Mm-hmm.
this. And yeah, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just really
Mm-hmm.
grateful that we reached this point, and just to inspire them too that everything is possible. Just have to believe
I
it.
I completely agree. I completely agree. So,
Mhm.
rewind. I
Yes.
originally met you in December. I don't know the official date. Was it like the middle of
Six, I think.
December?
I think it's six.
Okay, so
6 or 5.
let's rewind,
Hmm.
December 6th, 2022. So even before December
Hmm.
26th, 2022, myself, like I was like coaching one-on-one with clients and I was starting to
Hmm.
get burnt out. Like most coaches will not admit they're burnt out just because they're helping so much, and to admit you're
True.
burning out would
Hmm.
it would hurt, it would like mispresent you as your role, right? As your
True.
coach. But like I remember telling you, like admitting to you,
Hmm.
you would be like, hey, I'm in this position where I'm moving, you know, I'm moving away from
Hmm.
like coaching for right
Hmm.
now. But even making a decision to realize I needed support, and I had an idea what kind of support I wanted, but I didn't know exactly what I actually really needed until I had a conversation with you, which is I interviewed you.
Hmm.
Um, and that's when I like things were starting to click. Like, wow, I need these other strengths that would really, would
Mhm.
really help me and elevate me. But I think what helps even in like a working relationship and a friendship
Mhm.
is understanding like what is your core values,
Truly.
like communication, honesty,
Mhm.
having fun.
Aw.
But like if
Mhm.
you can share like either the
Mhm.
interview process if you wanted to, or you can share about maybe like who you were before you met me.
Mhm. Yes, I was exactly the same as you. It's like, I'm not proud to say this. I'm jumping from like one job to another, one client to another because I'm like, I want to juggle. I have this goal in mind, and I really want to have this like into success, like into fruition that I can become like a mother, and to my daughter, like a full time mother, and I can also work in the comforts of my home without like being without me like being just like giving 50% to my job and like 50% to my daughter. So I wanted 100 and 100. So I was like praying that I'll be able to work from home with the flexible hours. And I wasn't able to get that with my previous clients. Yes, they are flexible, but I have like those fixed times that I have to like clock in. And most of the times, those are like the times that my daughter need me. So I
Mhm.
I'm not able to give my all. That's why I choose not to stay with them because I don't want to like judge them. And finally, after like praying, like after 3 years of like praying, I was like able to meet you. I was about to give up. Like I should like just look for another job and
Mhm.
like in the corporate world again. But finally found
Mhm.
you. I stalked your Instagram. They said, "Oh, you have like a client meeting," and they just sent your Instagram, and I searched for you, and oh, I was like, oh, this is what I want, psychology, those things.
Oh.
And
Mhm.
all of your posts, like most especially that when you're like your skate for like the skating thing, and it's
Mhm.
she's so cool, I want to meet her. And that's why you've noticed that on our interview I was like, I told you I saw your Instagram and
Uh-huh.
I'm so into what you believe in. And yeah, and I'm so grateful that you still accepted me even though my daughter jumped in our interview. So yeah, I was just like, I was thinking, oh, this is like a dad deal because I really the interviewer, like a recruiter, was like, oh my gosh, she's bringing her daughter. But it was like, okay, this is what it is. This is what I want to do. So I just really want to show the people that yeah, I want to work while taking care of my daughter. So yeah,
Mhm.
this is
Mhm.
what it is. And thank you for accepting me for that. I appreciate you.
Oh, I'm always like super grateful for you every day. So Eunice obviously shared her perspective. So what actually happened was I got candidates and I looked at the candidates' resume and I looked at their skills and I ended up choosing two people. And then when it was time to interview Eunice, she was the first one. And I think one of the main questions in the beginning I was just trying to understand the person, because for me it was really important to like who I'm working with. It was really important for me to like understand that this person I'm going to be working with like will not only get along professionally, but just like personally, like we have congruent values. And you express that you're like you love your daughter and you love your and you want to care for your daughter in all the ways. And then my own belief as like when I work with someone is like I want autonomy. Like I want them to be able to choose, when's the most optimal times to work, when's the most optimal times for them to rest. And most businesses don't have they don't give their employees autonomy because it's like, it's easier to regulate someone being like, hey, you
True.
have to clock in these hours. But for someone's longevity of fulfillment is when they're given autonomy, even in relationship, when you're giving someone autonomy to be like
That's so true.
independently, you get to choose when you work best.
Mhm.
It brings more innovation, it brings more creativity, allows someone to feel like deep trust and feel cared for. And the work that you're doing is like you get to it was mostly like autonomy like times. I remember like telling you that and then your daughter like walked in and you like obviously were super graceful, like you put yourself on mute So imagine if like you're at an interview and then you see this like cute little like 2-year-old run into the interview, jump on this woman's lap, and the woman's gracefully being like, "I need to go on mute for really quick." She goes on mute. The video's still on. She's talking to her daughter very kindly, and now the daughter's sitting on her lap, and Eunice is like answering every single question like gracefully and poised, and just like answering it with like her best of her ability. And I just knew in that moment like I was gonna choose Eunice because I wanted to work with a woman that was like patient and compassionate, and that she chose to be attentive and still be loving to her daughter without like showing impatience or feeling flustered under pressure of like at an interview. And that's when I knew like I was like, this woman can work with me, because part of like working with someone is you want to see them at like their most stressed. And I think looking back, that was like that was the most unexpected like curveball anyone could have in an interview. So I think it's important to recognize, and just in general, like people can be highly intelligent, people can be highly skilled, but if they don't have the emotional skill of adaptability or patience, it's like you want to just feel like you have each other's back. And I think that's, in the end of the day, like that's what we have. You and I have each other's back.
Yeah. So I'm just really grateful. And just like you said, I'm reading a lot of that on like the post, like people like should focus on like the attitude of the person, but sometimes of course we should also consider like the business side. So we totally understand if those are how they want the job to be done. But right now, I'm just really very grateful that you just let me do my thing. Like I can work whenever I want, just like my prayer. I can work whenever I want, wherever I want, and I can take care of my daughter. So yeah, this is like an answered prayer. So you're an answered prayer.
I think that I read a quote the other day that work is play, like work is play to you. And we both have such beautiful strengths and insights. There'll be like, I remember those times where I was just like, my goodness, I'm so frustrated, and you are just like a sounding like ear. You're listening intently. You are super accepting, always encouraging me. What do you believe makes like top 3 or top 5 like qualities or values to have such a like supportive or deep or growing friendship with someone?
I think first one is trust. Like even just like right now, we're like miles, thousands and hundreds and thousands of miles away, but we trust each other. You've still given me the autonomy. I trust you. I trust your judgment. You trust my work, and that's really like a great thing. Like even though, and this is like the only work that I think that work with that I'm really like so calm and composed, and like I'm really working with a friend. So that's like a top one. Second is like you just have to have the empathy. Like I've had I was bullied before, and I think you were too. And I think most of like the people nowadays lack empathy. Like they're just listening, but they're just listening to answer and not like listening to understand. So that's totally different. And if you try to understand each person's like point of view, you'll totally understand them deeply. And yeah, and you just have to, I think I only have like top 3. You just have to love them, because if you have love and you have trust, and if you are like really committed in that, if you love someone, I think you can be able to do everything. And yeah. Yeah. How about you?
Those are amazing. Those are amazing qualities. I see those in you. I think there's this like a fine line that I think I think life is ironic. So when I say life is ironic,
True.
it's, they sometimes conflict. So even though I
Mhm.
accept you, there's this like
Mhm.
we have a shared value that we want each other to grow from what we
Mhm.
accept. So
Totally, totally.
when I see you and I'm like, through this whole friendship process, I've accepted every part of you. I've accepted when you were
Yes.
sharing some super vulnerable experiences, and I still accepted you, and I saw,
Mhm.
and how I accepted you fully, it never changed how I saw you. Like I just
Mhm.
accepted you again. Like this
Mhm.
is Eunice, this is whole, like you're this is
Mhm.
amazing woman. Um, but there was also that other value where we both value to like grow each other and uplift each other.
Mhm.
So I knew as I was accepting you that there's that trust that I knew you're
Mhm.
gonna make your own decision to like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm taking responsibility, and I'm like, changing how I view myself in this situation.
Mhm.
And I think that's a beautiful type of friendship, is that not only do I accept you for where you're at, but we both know that we trust each other on how we're going to choose to grow, instead of
Mhm.
where it being like, I accept you, but you have to grow.
T-
Like
Yes, they're like
like
checklists.
yeah, like wagging my finger at you.
Mhm.
Um, and so I think there's that aspect. And
Mhm.
you're like an amazing, like verbal affirmation cheerleader, like verbal affirmation, um, encourager. And I was wondering if, because we're so far away, that's why we have such strong communication, or if that's
Mhm.
just who you are as your essence. And I think of your
Mhm.
essence, it's really that, like, you are an amazing communicator. So here's an example. She
Cool,
will
cool, cool.
text me right after her Zoom meetings and be like, "Oh my gosh, that was like the most amazing meeting. And like, thank you so much." And she goes into detail of like her gratitude. And
Mhm.
like that's how like she seizes her communication, is that she wants to make sure that everyone leaves feeling so like loved and touched. Even if like it
Mm.
was like 1 minute later, like that doesn't time doesn't like time doesn't like even get come into her mind. She just wants to like share it and like make sure that you feel it.
And I've it people say this regret is like the most like difficult thing in life because you cannot like do it anymore. That's why as much as I can, if there's something that I want to say, I know
Mhm.
there are times that it might sound rude and I'm trying to fix my wording. But yeah, I'm just trying to say it so that just in case like there's a way for me, if there's a way for me to help someone or appreciate someone or like say sorry to someone that I've hurt, I think the best time is now. So you
Mm.
don't have, if you're like thinking of it like maybe they won't accept me, it's fine as long as you've told them, so that you'll have like a peace inside of you, because as
Mhm.
long as you
Mhm.
hold it in you, it still has power on you and it will affect your daily life. And so
Mm.
yeah.
And that is so powerful, what you just said about like just choosing to communicate in the
Mhm.
now.
Yes. Yay. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool.
It's okay. We're totally like, oh, so we'll pause right now. How are you doing?
I'm so happy. I'm so sorry. I'm really bawling. Right.
It's
I'm
totally fine.
I was like listening to your story, like your side of story, and I was still like, oh, I'm so touched.
Oh.
Even if I've heard that, you've told that to me like a couple of times, and it was like,
Mhm,
oh, it
mhm.
still feels I still feel your love
Yeah.
for
Mhm,
the
mhm,
moment that we've been.
mhm.
So yeah. Thank you.
Because like we might use this or we might not, but it's okay, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
I think that it was so authentic, like me
Mhm.
asking you like what kind of strengths do you want in a
Mhm.
friendship, you sharing your story about like wanting to be a mom, and
Mhm.
um like wanting to work. And I
Mhm.
think like I think we're doing an amazing, because we're just, we're obviously supporting each other.
Mhm.
I want to figure out a way to tie in Sold Out
Yes.
through all of our episodes.
Mhm.
Um, and so we'll have it'll come up candidly, I'm sure.
True. True.
Um, yeah. But even you sharing about my Instagram, I was just like, oh my God, I forgot about that time. When you asked me about like me doing the UFC challenge, and you,
Yes.
you read my Instagram post and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I actually, really, I don't know. Yeah, I usually just see UFC like for men, and then I
Hmm.
saw you. I was like, oh, she's doing it too. It was like,
Hmm.
that is so cool.
I
And
know.
yes.
Like seriously surprised me when you asked me. You're like, "Can I ask?" I said, "Is there any math questions?" And you asked me that, and I was like, "She read my Instagram post. She did her homework for sure." Yeah. Is there anything like about friendship or relationships that we should add? Maybe about
Mhm.
like conflict, or do you think you want to like um talk about love languages as friendships, or what do you, or like and we don't have to, we could continue, we
Mhm.
should could keep it short like that, like for the first episode.
Mhm. Um, we can keep it short for now. They'll be like listening for
Hmm.
more, and we can use conflict like as just one real topic. I mean for the podcast, so that we'll just focus on that and like share views.
Okay, that sounds great.
Mhm.
um do you think when we re-record this that like
Mhm.
uh uh like talk about what sold out is like after like the quotes you made, or what do you think, or do you think we should just keep it
Oh, we can
just
talk.
like
Mm, how do
just keep it candid?
maybe we can talk about like sold out before or like after. Oh, maybe we can do it after like how we met so that you can. Oh, no, 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 no. It should be in chronological order.
Yeah. So
So we
maybe
can.
I'll just do the introduction of like
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
sold out was,
Sold
like,
out.
it was like my business and
We
everything.
sell about SOS. I love that.
Do you like that story? That was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Hmm.
like, oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, hardly anyone knows about that story. There's a lot of things people haven't like heard behind the
Heard.
scenes it, because Instagram was like 1 minutes, 1 minute clips and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so should we redo it? What do you want me to do? Like I can end recording and do it again. Um, what?
We can redo it.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna edit.